Oh, I am friggin' tired. I just got home from an anime convention. Oh, and hey everybody, ChaosArgate here, and welcome back to Let's Play Trauma Team! When was the last time I said that? It's probably been like over a year now. Sorry I haven't been around. My computer broke again since my last episode of Pokemon Black. I lost my save file for that, so I've been working to get that back. But I got a new capture card, so I can do this stuff again. So, I honestly don't remember what the last thing I did was. I have not touched Trauma Team since the last video I made, so let's just kind of figure out what we're doing.
Hey, little guy, there's something I want to ask you.
I found a match.
Yes. What is it?
Did you know the victim at all before the bombing?
Huh? No, I've never seen him before.
I thought so. That makes this a little odd.
Odd how?
The revolutionary did give advance notice about his next target. Still, the victim this time is obviously different from his previous ones.
What's different about him?
It's...
he isn't famous. I'm gonna say that. Oh, hey! Fusion!
That's it. A politician, a celebrity, and an athlete. All the other victims up until now were in the public eye. This bombing killed an ordinary college student with no notoriety at all.
That's true now that you mention it.
Perhaps this was a copycat crime after all. Or perhaps, has the raging bomber changed his modus operandi?
We might be wrong to assume that. Maybe the reasoning behind his previous victims wasn't that they were famous.
In any case, we have to continue investigating. Keep finding out whatever you can. Let me know if you learn anything.
Understood. I'll do that.
You know, I really thought I was doing a diagnostics mission before we started this, or I started this. So I just want to say this once. Because of YouTube's new time limit, I'm gonna be doing these videos as one mission per video from now on. So, no more splitting these up into annoying parts that are released daily. Let's just... okay. This. Nope. Oops. And no. I'm honestly kind of stumped. This is great. This is great material for an LP, huh? Maybe I have to go do some examination. Is there any new things in the order? I don't think so.
This room belonged to the fourth victim, Stephen Eldred.
Oh,
The
okay.
explosion was concentrated on the right side of the room. The left side is almost untouched. Huh? What's that sound? Oh, so that's what it was.
Phone for you.
Hello?
Excuse me, but isn't this Mr. Eldred's residence?
That's correct. And you are?
Michael Lang. I'm from Loan and Taxes.
Loan sharks.
If you are aware of our business model, then you must know why I'm calling.
Huh. You're a loan shark. Does that mean Stephen Eldred has a debt?
I will not divulge any of my customers' personal information. Please let Mr. Eldred know that we're trying to contact him. Well then.
Michael Lang from Loan and Taxes.
What would have happened if she said that Mr. Eldred was dead?
Was that really a call from a loan shark?
Well, let's go check out this guitar.
Wow, this is filthy. It appears to be a broken guitar. It seems to stand out compared to the rest of this room.
What's this?
What could this piece of metal be from? It's embedded rather deep. It was most likely launched by the force of the explosion. Could this be the computer that the victim used?
I didn't realize I could touch it from over here.
This may still have some information we can use. Let's power it up and see what there is. Odd. The screen isn't turning on. It's not accepting any input either. Could it be broken?
Maybe it just has a lock on it. Okay, so we're done with the investigation now. So now let's go analyze. To the demon
Hey,
fusion
little guy.
app.
I need some help from you.
What are you
I mean-
up to now?
Little guy
I'm
screen.
insulted. There's somebody I need you to look into.
Is that all? That shouldn't be any problem.
Good. His name is Michael Lang. He's a loan shark.
Planning on buying a house soon?
Stop playing around. He called the victim's phone.
I see. Was it a collection call? Did the victim owe him money?
He hung up before I could find out. That's why I'm asking for your assistance.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'll look into him.
Make sure to check whether or not he's employed at a place called Loan and Taxes. For all we know, the man who called was the bomber himself.
I'll keep that possibility in mind.
That's a harsh way of collecting debts, but I don't know if I really don't think he could be the bomber, considering, you know, he was calling to make sure, or trying to get in contact with the victim, and if he called for the victim to be killed, why would he try to get the victim to pay up? Okay, let's see what we got here.
Hey, little guy. Can you look at something for me?
The computer won't boot up? It was in an explosion. It's probably broken.
That doesn't really matter as long as we can get the data from the hard drive.
I would wonder if it was pronounced data or data. I prefer data.
True. Huh. Wait a second.
Well, I'm from Massachusetts, so I guess that's probably why.
Did you find something?
Yes. The computer's fine.
How can you tell?
It's not starting up because it's locked.
Called it.
Is there any way to unlock it?
Well, we could try to force our way in, though there's a chance it'll wipe itself and we'll lose the data.
That is some really bad, tight security.
It seems the victim was using voice authentication software.
Voice authentication. So it'll only start up using the owner's voice.
Yes, but it belonged to Stephen Eldred.
So it'll never start up again.
We do have a sample of his... No, we don't actually. His voice death clip was muted. There was nothing there. Oh well. Voice lock on computer. Let's show him the computer.
Little guy, are you a music aficionado at all?
Huh? Why? Well, I know bits and pieces.
Maybe you might not know either. I need you to analyze this guitar.
Oh, this thing's pretty nasty. Holy...
What's with you?
Dr. Kimishima, where did you find this? Wait, more importantly, how did this happen to her?
Her? It was in the victim's room. Stephen's, that is.
Then, the neck was broken in the explosion?
Probably, yes. So what?
Son of a bitch. The raging bomber's gonna pay...
Hey, calm down. What's wrong?
I can't calm down. This guitar, it belonged to musical legend Ben Frank.
That is such a boring and bland name.
Look, it's the 1955 Dagmite model. Ugh, I can't believe it.
I don't understand. Is that instrument valuable?
It's beyond valuable. Finding this is a miracle. Normally I'd have it sent to the museum immediately for safekeeping, but... Oh, damn it! Oh, what? Doesn't this get to you, Doctor?
No, not really. I mean, it's a broken guitar.
Oh, you don't understand!
Oh, only true aficionados would understand. Just like anime fans at an anime convention.
Listen to me. If this was ever on the market, it would go for $70,000 to $80,000. I wouldn't be surprised if bids went over $100 grand.
That's impressive.
Ah! Now it's personal, Dr. Kimishima. We have to put this bastard, this killer behind bars.
Yes. Well, I agree.
Why not put out a hit?
In any event, a guitar worth more than $100,000. That's not the kind of thing an ordinary student would be able to afford. Perhaps I should have him look at it once he's calmed down a bit.
That is a fancy guitar. But I will be honest, I do get as worked up as like little guy sometimes when it comes to rare items. Like at that convention I was at earlier, I picked up a brand new sealed copy of Digital Devil Saga 1. I don't know if I want to open that or sell it for a reasonable price. Because it's like brand new. Anyways, the game doesn't really tell you this, but little guy's actually calmed down now, so I think we can just give it to him.
Little guy, can I borrow you for a moment?
Yes, of course. Do you need me to look at something?
Can you take a close look at this guitar?
Of course. I am a professional after all. I can be impartial.
Please do, then. What can you tell me about it?
There's not much I can say other than... Oh, wait a moment.
Found something?
Yes. It looks like this guitar was played by someone other than Ben Frank.
So what does that mean? Is the guitar a fake?
No, of course not. The scratches, the wear, everything says it's the real deal. But Ben Frank is right-handed.
How would anyone be able to see the scratches? Well, never mind. He's probably got it. It's probably in like his lab or something.
And this guitar has been set to be played by someone who's left-handed.
The guitar's set for a left-handed player? The difference between right and left-handed guitars is...
The string orders.
Yes, the string order is reversed, depending on the dominant hand.
I'm surprised you knew that, Dr. Kimishima.
That's not really a surprising fact. Like, a right-hand guitarist would hold it so that their right hand can strum, but it's the dominant hand that strums, so if you use your left hand to strum, the neck will go to your right.
When the thinner strings are on the right, it's for right-handed players. It's the opposite for left-handers.
Yeah, that's when you look at the face of the guitar.
The fourth victim owned this guitar. I doubt that he would lend his $100,000 guitar to anyone else.
Plus, it'd be a pain in the ass to just restring it.
That makes it likely that Stephen Eldred was...
He's left-footed! No, he's left-handed. And now we have our 3-star card. The left-handed owner.
Left-handed, right. That information could prove useful.
Okay, so let's pair this up with... What do I want to pair this up with? No. I thought that would work. Well, let's combine these things. Actually, what am I doing? I'm giving this to the little guy.
Hey, little guy, can you tell me anything about this?
Yes, of course. It's a piece of metal.
Thank you, Sherlock.
I collected it from the wall of the room the explosion happened in, so I thought...
Yep, it's a piece of steel pipe. It could have come from anywhere. The chromatographic scan shows traces of black powder. The powder was used as the explosive propellant.
Now we know for sure what that piece of metal is. It's
part of the bomber? Okay, so sure, the bomber leaves their finger and it just self-destructs after a certain amount of time.
Yes, it's likely the same situation that occurred with Aiden's death. The analyses show that the powder and the metal are exactly the same as those found in Aiden's bombing.
I see. I get the feeling that this will work with something else that we know.
Card fusion! Okay, so let's try combining the bomb fragments.
These pieces of metal were found at both Aiden's and Stephen's deaths. Material analysis showed that both pieces were chemically identical. That means
That part. They were part of steel pipe? I thought.
yes. It's quite likely that both pieces were cut from common steel pipes.
Okay.
There's something else we discovered about the metal fragments. That is,
Chromatography. There are no fingerprints or blood on it, so it's gotta be explosive propellant, because I'm not. Chromatography, I think, has to do with colors and light. That looks like a pair of fangs, actually.
indeed, black powder was used as the propellant for both explosions. The same components, the same metal casing. The bombs in these cases are the same type of explosive.
So what do we do now? Wait. Because...
There is something we can deduce using this information. The raging bomber is believed to have been responsible for 4 bombings. Of the 2 cases that I've been investigating, the 3rd and 4th victims, both bombs were made of a metal pipe and used black powder. Also, the wounds on the victims have another similarity. That is,
they had the same power? I'm gonna say ignition process, actually. What?
concentrate.
You can't say that they had the same power, though, because I think one of them was slightly further away. I don't know.
Yes. The wounds on the bodies help us determine the strength of the explosions. It turns out that both corpses had almost the exact same wounds.
I don't know, I haven't seen the corpses in probably a year or so.
Materials, propellants, power. They all point to the idea that the 2 bombs were virtually identical. Another similarity in the 2 cases is the victims' distance from the bomb. Both Aiden and Stephen had been
Very close, I assume. Yes! Excellent
Yes.
reasoning.
Both of them were very close to the bombs when they went off. Same bomb, same delivery method. This all draws us to a logical conclusion that
They were made by the same person, because you can't assume any of these. You're not allowed to assume, because it makes an ass out of you and me. Spelling lessons for you all.
Indeed. It seems safe to think that these 2 murders were the work of the same person.
Okay, so what do we need to investigate now? Steven. No. Difference in dust? You know what? I want to go look at Steven's corpse. Oh, never mind. No, go back. Let's check his personal effects. Nothing. Is there something I'm missing?
These 2 may lead
Oh,
us
hey.
to learn something new. The 3rd victim, Aiden Posner, the callus on his palm is proof of his dominant arm. That would mean he was...
He had a mutant third hand! Oh, Dr. Kimishima, what is with your tangents?
Correct. He was right-handed. The 4th victim, Stephen Eldred, his guitar tells us which is his dominant hand. That would be his...
I think it was telekinetic. I honestly want to pick some of these just because they're really funny to read, but that would take away from my life bar. Maybe in a bonus video I'll go back and show all these stupid answers.
Yes. The guitar had been strung for a left-handed player. The famous musician the guitar belonged to was right-handed. If anyone were to change the strings, it would be the current owner. Thus, we can reason that Stephen Eldred was himself left-handed. I wonder if this difference will be any help in this investigation. these may help us get closer to solving the mystery. Both the third and fourth victims had carbon dust on their fingers, but the locations of the dust are the major difference between them. On the other hand, we've learned about a difference between Aiden and Steven. The two victims had different dominant hands. From these two facts, we can tell that the carbon dust was
on the dominant hand. Now we have... I don't know what I can call this. It's like an angel with wing. No, it looks like a pair of angel wings.
Indeed. It was on each victim's dominant hand. I think we've gotten a little closer to figuring out the meaning behind the carbon dust.
Okay, so we have all these left. I don't know what I can do with this. You know what? I probably missed something in Steven's room.
Dr. Kimishima, we've found out more about that man.
Or not.
What man? Who are you talking about?
Oh, Michael Lang. He really does work for Loan and Taxes.
So that is a real company. Is that his real name?
Yes, though what he does is barely considered legal.
He's a loan shark. What do you expect?
Huh. If that's the case, is there the slightest chance that he's the bomber?
I don't know about that. I'll send you the recording of his interrogation anyway. Please listen to it when you have time.
Got it. Even if he isn't the culprit, he can at least tell us more about the victim. There's no reason to not listen to what he had to say.
Well, I have time. He's black. I think he looks like someone else. Maybe Reggie?
Yes, that's correct. I'm his financial agent. He's dead. That's a problem. He's dead. That's a problem. If that's true, our company will be gravely affected.
Is it? I don't know. I know a bunch of loan sharks who collect money from dead people all the time.
It seems you don't know, but Mr. Eldred,
What did Mr. Eldred do?
he owes us $100,000, including interest.
Wow. That's about as much as that guitar would be.
Of which he has paid $25,000, leaving $75,000. The Raging Bomber. Well, I've seen the name in the news. This will be problematic. I'll have to take on the debt then.
Who? Oh, the Raging Bomber.
We extremely regret having to hear about something like this. Yes, it's true that we issue unsecured loans.
Why do people still go to loan sharks? Actually, do people in real life go to loan sharks? I don't know.
Still, there's no reason to loan money to people with no means of repaying that debt. In all honesty, Mr. Eldred agreed to make a down payment of $10,000 for the loan.
Where does he get the money?
Not only did he make that initial payment, he paid $5,000 the first month and another $10,000 the next.
That's a really good question, Dr. Kimishima.
His source of income? I'm sorry, but our consumer financial group does not search within other people's private concerns.
What do you expect? The loan sharks.
Yes, we did loan $100,000 to Mr. Eldred. This was based on the assumption that he could repay the loan. We killed Mr. Eldred? You must be joking.
I guess his unsympathetic tone must have been like, I don't know, suspicious.
If we killed off our customers, we'd never reclaim what was owed to us.
Yeah.
I'd say that we take a much more pragmatic approach.
How so? Hey! Whatever.
Dr. Kimishima, I have additional information about Michael Lang. He's a veteran loan shark who's been working with loan and taxes for the past 12 years.
Is he the CEO?
I see. It looks like we'll need to do some investigating into the victim as well.
You mean Stephen Eldred?
Right. He doesn't fit the pattern of the previous bombing victims. For example,
He's not famous. We've gone over this already within this video. He isn't dead?
right. He's the only one who wasn't particularly well known. Why would the bomber target him at all? If we can figure out why, I think we'll see a great deal of progress in this case. There's more to it than that, though. The victim himself made some unanswered questions. According to Michael Lang, the man from Loan and Taxes, Stephen was $100,000 in debt. The reason for that is
He wanted to buy a guitar. Pay for music. None of these are really outdated.
that's a likely possibility. The value and the amount he owes fit together. Still, how can an ordinary student get such a substantial loan? The reason must be because
He had a periodic income. I don't understand what that would have to do with it. Why, if his family was rich, then why not just ask them for the money? He was friends with a loan shark. Doubt it. Yes! Card rank up.
indeed, there was a deposit made to his account. A large one, of unknown origin. That was why the loan shark accepted his means of repaying the debt. This led to Stephen being loaned the $100,000. The more we investigate, the cloudier the truth gets.
Dr. Kimishima? Can you hear me?
I'm listening. What is it?
I've asked for another recording from HQ.
A recording of what?
That revolutionary guy. I thought it might be of some use to us. I ordered a copy of the announcement he made before Aiden Posner was killed.
Why didn't we get that earlier?
I see. I'll check it out.
Okay. Let's listen.
Hey! It's me! The revolutionary! What? Am I being recorded?
Who does his voice? I've heard it before.
Oh man, this sucks. I'm embarrassed that you're taping my voice. Doesn't matter anyway, though. You'll never catch me.
Just like she said.
I mean, that singer died because you morons are so incompetent.
I got it. Sam Riegel. I think. The voice of Flynn Schifo and Phoenix Wright in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
You can't stop me. Do the ignorant masses out there hear that?
I didn't know he could be such a large ham.
Here's a little hint. Next up is an athlete.
I thought we established there was Aiden's thing already.
Who? Well, I can't tell you. Think about it yourself.
That's a horrible hint. Then again, that's probably the point.
And
Oops. This one.
oh, never mind. Well then, good luck.
What did happen? I won.
Little guy,
Yes. What is it?
I've listened to the revolutionary statement. Did anything strike you as odd?
Odd? Odd like how?
Huh. Maybe I'm just imagining things. It just seems strange to me.
Huh. I didn't notice anything.
All right. I'll listen to it again and pay close attention.
Alright, let's figure it out. Listen to testimony, something odd.
Hey!
Oops, no. Whoa. Was it statement 8?
Who? Here's a little hint. You can't stop me. I mean, doesn't matter. Oh. Hey. Oh.
Yes, this is the place.
Oh, really? It had to be the last one I checked?
It sounds like he was rushed at the end of his statement. I wonder why. I wonder what was happening. We need to figure out what was going on at that moment.
Let's fuse! If I ever do a Shin Megami Tensei LP, you're gonna be hearing me say that a lot. Let's fuse! Okay, oh. Why did it... Actually, I don't know what I'm supposed to be... Something in the third testimony that we didn't take it yet. No? Never mind. It's D. Nope. I don't know. Maybe let's just go back to it again. Nope. Nope. I really want to put these together because there's no sound effect that plays, but they don't.
Hey.
It does seem like something caught his attention and he wanted to finish quickly.
Why would he do that? Can we think of any possibilities?
Maybe someone interrupted him? Or he spilled coffee on his desk?
That's mundane.
There's no way to prove those, though. We need evidence of some kind.
Well, let's check the spectrogram of the recording. I'll put emphasis on the background and reprocess it to make background noise easier to hear.
I want to learn how to do that. That might be really helpful for audio recordings.
Yes, that would be helpful. Send me the revised recording when you're done.
All right. You'll find the data in the recorder.
Good. Let's listen to it again, and be aware for anything going on in the background.
Okay. Should be done now. Phone call.
That sound. I've heard it somewhere before. I think it was...
A phone call from little guy.
That's right. That's the same sound as Stephen Eldred's phone. What does that mean, though? Why is the fourth victim's phone heard in the background of the revolutionary's threat?
Could he be? Why is that such a strange noise? I mean, it looks like a rotary phone. So, would it make sense to have a ringing like that?
Stephen Eldred, the fourth victim, had been periodically receiving large deposits from an unknown source. The voice we hear in the recording of the revolutionary was not digitally altered. A distinctive sound, like the victim's phone, can be heard in the background of the recording. The most likely answer we can deduce from these facts is that...
The revolutionary is Stephen Eldred. Wouldn't that exist? Stephen was a revolutionary!
That's right. The fourth victim, Stephen Eldred. He was the revolutionary. Little guy, I'm borrowing the recorder.
Where are you going, Dr. Kimishima?
I'm going back to the revolutionary's room. There's something I want to confirm.
Kimishima!
The analysis says this computer should be voice-activated. It used to belong to the fourth victim who lived here. If that person really was the revolutionary...
Hello? Hey! You listening? It's the revolutionary!
So it's true. Show yourself, raging bomber.
Dr. Kimishima, where are you right...
He got me. The bomber's someone else.
Huh? What do you mean?
We've got to start the investigation over from scratch. Tell headquarters not to let their guard down. Ugh, I've been completely fooled. How could I let this happen?
Hello, Naomi. It's me.
Yes. Hello, Alyssa. What's wrong?
You don't look happy. Did something happen?
It's nothing. I'm all right.
Really? Come on. I'm your friend. I gotta help you out.
Thank you. You're a very kind little girl.
Excuse me, can I bother you for a moment?
Of course. How may I help you?
Do you know where I can drop a delivery for Dr. Kimishima?
I'm Kimishima. I'll take it.
Really? Perfect timing. Here's your package.
Gabe? I wonder if it's the test results.
Oh, can you sign here, please?
This is pretty low-tech. What happened to the digital pads?
I'm sorry, mine's broken right now. Anyway, thanks.
Did you get something? Who's it from?
Yes, it's from a friend of mine.
Wow! Look, Naomi! A big-tastic teddy bear! It's so cute!
That's right. But why would he send me this? Carbon dust. Don't tell me. Alyssa? Alyssa! Alyssa! Alyssa!
Dr. Kimishima! No, stay down!
Let go of me! It's my fault!
Now it's personal. Tune in next time for when we attempt to do Blade of Resolve. Which is, I believe, the final surgery mission of the main story. Till then, bye!